CAMS, our mission, your growth.
Hello, friends, and hope you like the audio visual. This is Endeavor Krishna, Business Head for CAMS CRA. Thank you very much, Chairman Sir. That was one inspiring address about the NPS. Now, the next chapter is a small role play. I play the role of an individual who's planning to subscribe to NPS, and lo and behold, I get the opportunity to ask the Chairman of PFR a few questions to improve my understanding of NPS. So it's a KBC moment for a small individual subscriber like me. Sir, first question. I've decided to save some money and invest in my future. But there's so many products to choose from nowadays. Fixed deposits, mutual funds, NPS, EPF, insurance, and so on and so forth. So simple sa sawal hai, why should I choose NPS? Sir.
Yeah, as you Indiva rightly said that there are many options available to an individual. So why come to NPS? The unique part of NPS is that if I tell you in one word, is that possibly this is the only scheme, financial product which is available today, which actually allows anybody to save for retirement and for old age security, which is absolutely required today in India also. Because two things, basically what is happening is that if you look at the Indian longevity also and the experience that even actuaries are having, that today a person even after reaching the age of 60 is living for another 20 years maybe. Second part that I want to say that the joint family system is breaking down. So one has to really provide for themselves, and the lifestyle does not change. So obviously your expenditure pattern will remain almost the same that you had during your lifetime. So unless you make a conscious effort to save money for the retirement, then obviously it will be very, very difficult at that point of time. So that 40% compulsory annuitization is kept only for that purpose, that whatever you have at the end of your journey in NPS, in your entire accumulation phase, out of that 40% has to be necessarily annuitized. And this ensures that you have a long-term, lifetime secured income. So without that, maybe if I need money, the entire corpus that I have at the end of my retirement period, it will be frittered away. So I don't have that kind of a security. So this is, I believe, the most unique thing that is there in NPS, which is not there in other products, because other products are meant for many other things. There are pension related products in other segments also, but there also you have early access to the funds. But here in tier 1 pension account, we are not giving early access to a great extent. We allow early withdrawal 3 times, partial withdrawals only, but that too to a limited extent because of this. Other than that, there are exclusive tax benefits which are not there in other products like FTCCD1B, that 50,000 extra tax benefit that you get. This is also a triple E product. People do not understand. People say that 60% withdrawal is only tax-free, but 40% that is annuitized is not tax-free. That is not true. What comes out of annuity is taxable. But when you convert that 40% to annuity, it is absolutely tax-free. So at the point of receipt, nothing is taxed. And whenever NPS amount goes and to buy an annuity, that 1%, 1.8% GST, which is otherwise there, is also waived by Government of India. So that gives an additional advantage. So all taken together, I believe this is the reason which makes NPS unique. And I believe this is very, very important for everybody, that like other financial products, this is one thing that you cannot avoid and should not avoid.
Sir, thank you very much. I think it is a clear understanding that NPS is tailor-made towards retirement. You also described the tax efficiency bit. So thank you very much. I now know more about NPS than earlier. But before I invest a substantial part of my money, I find that the product has many features, and I'm unable to decide how much to allocate into equity, corporate, government, etc., without understanding the underlying nature of these features. Sir, how can you help me on this, please?
Yes. Actually, we thought about it. There are a few people who can really make a conscious judgment as to how much money should be put in equity, government securities, or corporate debts, and all that, different kind of asset classes. So what we have decided is that if you are not able to decide, you take a default fund. And the default fund is constructed like this, is that we call it a life cycle fund, because normally it is understood with age going up, a person's risk-taking ability comes down. So when you start early in your life, it will be 50% equity, and that 50% equity allocation remains up to the age of 35. And thereafter, as the age goes up, your equity allocation comes down and your corporate bond allocation comes down. What goes up is the government security allocation. So it so happens that without your active intervention, with every birthday, the system will adjust, and at the age of 55, you will come to a situation when your equity allocation is just 10%. And 10% in corporate bond, and 80% is given to government security, where only you run the risk of interest. You don't have even any credit risk also. So that way it is designed. So if somebody is really not knowing where to put, better you come to the default fund. And after being there in the system, once you start learning the processes and you feel that, no, I am little confident now, then you can always change that. It's not that once you have decided your asset allocation, it remains constant forever. You can always change that, and you go over to whatever active mode we call it, whatever active asset allocation choice that you did.
Thank you very much. In fact, it is heartening to hear that the system has thought through, what an individual subscriber like me should be doing, and also has given the flexibility and options over a period of time to be able to make the relevant choices for my lifestyle needs. So thank you, sir. Next question is a little different. I just wanted to hear a few thoughts from you on what is the impact to NPS subscriber experience or a customer experience during this pandemic over the last 2 years.
Yeah, last 2 years, one thing that we have watched, and accordingly we have also changed, is that uh, physical onboardings are getting lesser, obviously, because there are a lot of restrictions, as we have seen during the first and the second wave, and maybe during the third wave also. There were a lot of restrictions on movements, travels, and all that. So people coming to directly to the distribution channel, uh, giving their physical forms and all that, was affected to some extent. But to a great extent, that was compensated by the online onboarding modes that we have seen. And I can tell you that almost last 2 years that we have seen the pandemic and such difficult conditions, not for a single month, our onboarding month on month basis, or again compared to pre-pandemic period, has gone down. Rather, it has gone up. And as we are talking today, I have already told that vis-a-vis last year, entire 12-month period, as we are talking today, maybe our total onboarding has gone up in numbers by 45, 46%. So that shows that awareness is also coming. And because of the onboarding through online channels becoming more and more popular, I believe more than 40% customers are coming through uh, online channels. And from the safety of their home, they can log in, they can sit, and they can choose their fund managers, they can choose their asset allocation, and they're coming and doing it. So this is what has really happened, and it has not affected our onboarding or our numbers in any way till now.
Interesting, sir. So it essentially means that I can manage my own account without paper right through the life cycle. So that is quite, heartening. I also heard a lot about the tier two account, which comes along with an account after opening tier one account. So is it okay if I start, using the tier two account like a savings account in the sense that, I can deposit my surplus money and, withdraw it anytime, giving myself the flexibility without locking it in. Is that okay, sir?
Yeah. So exactly, tier two is for the exactly the same purpose that you have pointed out. Is that it is a sort of a substitute for your savings bank account, or maybe it is a substitute for the normal bank FDs that a lot of people purchase, or maybe it can, as I look and compare the returns, it can be even a substitute for your liquid mutual funds, because it gives you a lot of options. One option is that, again, suppose tier 2 you can open only when you have an active tier 1. Nobody can have a tier 2 just like that. So once you have a tier 1 active, then only you go and open a tier 2. Your tier 1, your asset allocation choice and your fund manager choice need not be same as in tier 2. There you can have separate options also. Secondly, you can withdraw the money at any given point of time, no questions asked. All the units you can redeem and you can go out. If you want to redeem partially, you can redeem partially, you can go out. Third option and most interesting option is that close to retirement, you feel that you don't need that kind of a redemption or lump sum cash at one go. You can transfer the balance units in your tier 2 to tier 1 also. So that becomes your pension account, and out of that, again 40% will be annuitized so that your pension quantum also can go up. So throughout the lifetime, you keep your tier 2 alive. You never know when your lump sum cash is required. But once you uh, reach the end of your journey, in the sense that you are retiring, then you transfer if you wish. Otherwise, you can always withdraw. So all these options are available, and I believe instead of keeping money in FD and savings bank account, more and more people, those who are having NPS account, should try to look into the benefits of tier 2, NPS tier 2. And we have seen the most of the growths last 1 year at least is coming in NPS tier 2. Lots of people, I believe, they are slowly becoming aware of it, and they are joining tier 2 in a big number.
Great, sir. Thank you very much. And one last question. What else is new from NPS in the year ahead, FY23?
See, every time we are thinking that what new things that we can do, like a large number of our constituents are from Government of India. So for Government of India also, we are making some changes where they can, suppose post-retirement also, we see that a lot of people, they want to continue in this system. So currently we have given an option that people can stay invested even up to the age of 75, and they can join up to the age of 70 also. So government servants who are retiring at the age of 60, if they want to stay in the system, we are allowing them to stay. Not only they are allowed to stay, but they can carry on with their default investment pattern. Their default investment pattern is only 15% in equity, and balance 85% will be in fixed income securities. So if they wish that at that point of time they don't want to take more risk and they are happy with the default investment pattern, they can stay with the default investment pattern. We are already working on a minimum assured return scheme. Already a consultant is engaged. They are working on it in next few months' time. I believe it will take some time. We'll have a minimum assured return scheme. That was a mandate under our act. and we are working seriously on that to see that even in a market linked scheme, we can give some kind of a guarantee. The guarantee need not be a fixed guarantee. We are open to it that it can be a market linked guarantee also, and it can be reset maybe at the interval of every year. So that kind of guarantee also we are going to look at. And if it comes out, it will be a sort of a very unique kind of product, because you can, in a country like India, we find that a lot of people seek guarantee, knowing fully well that guaranteed products come at a huge cost, but still people seek guarantee under different kind of conditions. So I believe people will have that choice also. Then, of course, through mobile app uh, onboarding, that also is something which is pending for some time. That also definitely will be doing. Now, NPS, we have already taken up with SEBI, that it will be part of your consolidated account statement, as they call it, cash. It will be part of this thing. So at one place, you will get all the data of your financial investments. So these are a few things. And apart from that, our efforts are going on to ensure that at least a part of the annuity is made tax-free, because as you know, today the annuity income is taxable according to the tax bracket that the annuitant is at a particular moment. So that we are trying. And at the same time, we are trying to see that if employers also contribute 14%, up to 14% of the salary of the employees, if that also can be made tax-free the way it is now made for central government and state government employees. So all these efforts are on from our side also. As and when it comes, obviously we'll bring it out and tell public in general. And settlement cycles also, we are trying to bring it down, and we are trying to follow the mutual fund pattern also, to ensure that those who are already accustomed to mutual fund settlement systems, when they come, they will see that NPS also gives them the same benefit and the same flexibility. So these are few of the things. Other than that, lot many things are going on. So I thought some of the important things that I should share with you.
Sir, thank you very much. Exciting times ahead, really, for NPS. This is the end of our question answer session. Thank you very much for patiently answering all these questions, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Indiva. Thank you.
And after this, we'll play a short